Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So a box recently arrived from Physicians Formula containing the entire Breakfast Club collection, which I am really excited about. I am an 80s child, so I loved this movie. I remember this movie, so I'm really excited to try out this collection. So if you guys would like to see what comes inside this, swatches, try on, etc., all the details, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is what the PR package looks like. You can see the cassette player or the cassette tape on it. Little stickers. It says, "Sincerely yours, the Breakfast Club." It's like an old-fashioned desk. My son actually has one of these old-fashioned school desks with the hinged top and the little slot for the pencil in his room. We found it somewhere, I forget where we found it, which is really fun. On the back, it shows you all of the items that come inside this PR kit, this collection, along with ingredients, etc. They are gluten-free, paraben-free, and cruelty-free. So let's open it up. And this is what it looks like inside. It says the Breakfast Club has the different personalities: the athlete, the brain, the rebel, the basket case, and the princess. So in this collection, you get 3 lipsticks, an eyeshadow palette, 2 face palettes, and a mascara. So why don't we start with the face palettes? And in case anyone's wondering what I have on my face today, it is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost City Shield Facial Gel Mist Moisturizer. I have the Strivectin Tighten and Lift Peptide Tightening and Brightening Face Serum. And then for my coverage, I have the Replenix Tinted Mattifying Face Sunscreen SPF of 30. This is great for SPF and also coverage. And then I think I have like some Catrice concealer. And then on the lips, I just have the Revlon Color Stay lip liner in the shade Nude and my Merit lip oil in Au Naturel. That's it. Pretty simple today. All right. This is the Breakfast Club Saturday Detention Face Palette Volume 1. And it looks like this inside. We have, it looks like 2 highlights, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers. Now, does it say which bronzers they are? It doesn't say if these are products that already exist. Like, I don't know if this is the original butter bronzer and this is the deep. I really don't know. It doesn't say. These are all renamed. And then here is volume 2. Again, 2 highlights, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers. And this one looks to be for deeper skin tones. All right, we'll start off with swatching volume 1. This one looks like a beautiful pinky gold highlight. This one looks like a champagne-y highlight. So we've got pinky gold and champagne. We have the blushes. We have the princess. And we have the rebel. So we got like a peach and like a pink. And then finally we have the athlete bronzer and class of 84. I feel like I could probably get use out of this pinky one, but I'm not sure about the champagne. That looks a little deep. Moving on to volume 2, we have a yellow gold highlight and a gold highlight. There's the yellow gold and the gold. Like I said, these are probably meant for slightly deeper skin tones. We have the 2 blushes. We have the princess and the rebel. I just realized the names are the same in both palettes. And then the bronzers, the athlete and class of 84. And class of 84 does have some shimmer in it, which I don't know if Physicians Formula has ever done with one of their bronzers. Let's give them a try. I'm going to start off with the bronzer from palette 1, volume 1. I would say this is either bronzer or fair bronzer, light bronzer. Then I'm going to try a class of 84, the darker one on the other side. You guys see the difference? Light bronze, deeper, warmer bronze. Okay, so we are bronzed. Next, I think I'm going to try these highlights before I get to blushes, just to see kind of what kind of color they give you. All right, first I think I'm going to go into basket case and see if this is something I can even wear. That's actually a lot lighter than I expected it to be. I thought this would be like a dark champagne-y shade. It's fine. I just feel like it's really showing off texture, so it's not as creamy as their butter highlights. All right, so I'm not loving this one. It's a little chunky looking, like it's just really emphasizing texture and like it's clinging in weird places. I'm not a big fan of that one. But on the other side, we'll try the pinky one, the brain, and see what that looks like. That one's pretty, but again, I feel like it's kind of like clinging to different parts, so it's not the smoothest. It's not what I expect from Physicians Formula highlights, unfortunately. Okay, so we've bronzed, we've highlighted, although I'm not a big fan of that one. Now I'm going to try the blushes from the Volume 2 palette, just because these seem more my speed than the more pastel peach and pastel pink. I'm going to dip into Princess, that peachy one. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That color is right up my alley. Love that. All right, next I'm going to dip into the Rebel, which is the rosier tone one. This one's definitely more intense, so you don't need much. I like both of those. So we have the Rebel and Princess. I wish these two blushes were in the Volume 1 palette because I really like the shade of these blushes, but I feel like I get more use out of these bronzers. I guess that's the problem or the advantage of a palette. You have everything all in one, but not all of the shades might work best for you. It would have been nice if there was like an option to like poke them out and swap them. But there are the palettes. Let's move on to lips next. So there are 3 lipsticks that come in this collection. They have the Pretty in Pink Breakfast Club. Why can't I think of her name? Oh, what's her name? Get Real. The world is an imperfect place and I don't like Mondays. We'll start off with the lightest one. This one is I don't like Mondays. Very similar to the shade I had on earlier. No detectable fragrance or taste. Next up, we have The World is an Imperfect Place. That one's definitely rosy tone. Not my shade, but bright and fun. And finally, we have Get Real, which looks like a mauve-y pink shade. Now I do have to say these are a bit of a stiffer formula. They don't glide on super easily. You do have to use a bit of pressure to get the product to transfer to the lips. So if you're used to like the juicy lipsticks, like the ones that almost melt onto your skin like a lip oil, that is not this. These are a bit harder, a bit firmer of a lipstick. I'm gonna go wipe this off and we'll be back to try the eyeshadow palette and mascara. See you soon. Okay, so here is a close-up of the shadow palette. It's really cute. It has like a paper airplane flying through, and then it says, "Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club." So I figured we would start with swatches, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with this. They are so, so soft. This one's really hard. It's not like the other metallics. It's really hard and hard to transfer to the skin. You really have to press. The other metallics are very soft, very, very creamy, blend so easily. In the past, I haven't loved the Physicians Formula Shadow Formula. Physicians Formula Shadow Formula. I've liked their creamy matte shades, but their metallics, they were like this one where they were hard in the pan and hard to get the product out. But these other ones seem like a new kind of like almost creamy matte, creamy metallic formula. And the last 4. So this is definitely a color story I enjoy. We've got our creams, our cool browns, purples, orange, neutral brown, and then some metallics. So this will be a lot of fun to play with. This is the eye look I came up with. Used a handful of shades, which I will walk you through. I started off by applying this shade all over the lid. Then I went in with this shade on the outer corner, a little bit of this shade in the crease, a little bit of this shade on the outer corner, and then I mixed for the lid color a combination of this metallic purple and this metallic shade on the lid. And then I tried to use this one on the inner corner, but as you can see, not much comes off. It's a really difficult shade to use. So I think the metallics are great over here, but this one, not so much. So let me show you what I did. They are quite a bit dusty, like there was a ton of dust in the pan before I just blew it all away. I like the shade assortment in here. I just am not impressed with this one shade. It's pretty much a dud, if you ask me. It looks beautiful, but it just doesn't come out of the pan. It's too hard pressed. These other metallics, super metallic, super, super easy. You can kind of see how dusty these are. Look at my hand. Wow. So some of the metallics are gorgeous. Other ones just don't perform. So now we can move on to the mascara. Okay, next we have the mascara. This is the Detention Mascara because that's what the Breakfast Club was. They were all in detention for various different reasons. And of course you had the athlete, you had the brainiac, you had the princess. I feel like Physicians Formula mascaras are either hit or miss. There was one that I loved years ago. I think it was called the Stiletto mascara, which was so good, but I've tried so many since then that transferred and flaked. So we'll see what we think about this one. It's kind of a spiral bristle wand. They look like pretty short and pretty close together bristles, but it does kind of look like a spiral, like it's going around like this. So we'll give it a try. Oh, there's a ton of fallout on my face. Can you guys see all the dust on my face from the shadows? Wow. So this is definitely a palette where I would do my eyes before my face. Very dry, I don't feel anything coming off. That's one coat and it looks like I barely have anything on my lashes. All right, I'm not impressed with this mascara. It's not coating my lashes at all. It's making them look short. My lashes are not that short. It's not coating to the edges of my lashes. It's coating the base. And that's it. Like my lashes look horrible. All right, so this mascara is a dud for me. Sorry, Physicians Formula. Okay, so I ended up popping on a little bit of the Thrive mascara just because I felt like that mascara was doing nothing for my lashes. So let's do a quick rundown of what I think of these products. Obviously, the mascara is a pass for me. It did absolutely nothing for my lashes. Don't really know what the appeal is. So this one is a flop for me. The lipsticks, I like 2 out of the 3 shades, and I feel like I will wear the mauve one and the one that I have on right now, like the peachy one. I think that these are both nice. Like I said, they are a stiffer formula. They're not going to glide on as easily as like a more creamy, sheeny lipstick, but I like the end result. The face palettes are really fun, but like I said, I don't think I like this formula of highlight as much as I like their butter highlights. The butter highlights are more like a gel texture and they just kind of like go on easily. They kind of skip over imperfections and texture and are very flattering. These, I just don't feel like it's the most flattering formula. The blushes, however, I'm obsessed with these 2 blushes. They are gorgeous. This is from the Volume 2 palette. And the bronzers from the Volume 1 palette worked well for my skin tone. I am curious to try the Volume 2 shimmer one, maybe in the summer when I have a bit more color. So these are really nice, especially if you enjoy the Physicians Formula face products. I would just say the highlights for me were a bit of a miss this time. And the shadow palette, while there was one dud in the palette and they were a bit dusty, they were really pretty. I do like the end look that I came up with using this palette, and these metallics were insane. They were intense. So I would say this is a nice palette. They are very soft, a bit on the dusty side. So just, I would say do the eyes first. So you've been warned, do the eyes first, but the mattes are quite nice. The metallics are very impressive. So I do like this. So all in all, I would say this was a successful collection with the exception of the mascara. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Breakfast Club collection from Physicians Formula in action. If you did enjoy this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.